After about 2 months of speculation and predictions that July was going to house the first bit of content sent into Team Fortress 2 for months, we got the summer 2019 cosmetic crates. And after the hype died down of Ricardo finally being added into Team Fortress 2, we all went to sleep. I woke up the next morning after the update hit to hundreds of emails, tweets, DMs, and messages about a bug that was going to kill Team Fortress 2. As it turned out, there were quite a few cases, for example Series 1 through 18, that when uncrated during this period of time would 100% of the time give you an unusual from Series 1 or Series 3. This bug was introduced into the game as soon as that update hit, but it really did not hit the mainstream until about 4 a.m. the next day, at least in Eastern Standard Time. And what happened after that was some of the largest reaction to Team Fortress 2 in years, probably since Jungle Inferno. Almost immediately, everybody started uncrating as much as possible, and unusuals fell to all-time low prices. The lowest prices being seen on the community market averaged out at about $4, but the crates required, especially crates 1 through 18, went up as high as $10 or $15. Crate Series 82, one of the most commonly dropped crates in the entirety of the game, went up to $2 to $3 throughout this event. The crates became so valuable that some people that had hundreds if not thousands of them stored in their inventory were able to make quite a bit of money. For example, the lead programmer on Project Borealis, Mastercoms, was able to sell a collection of nearly 1,000 Crate Series 82s and bought a Valve Index on Steam. By the way, Mastercoms messaged me today telling me how fun the Valve Index is. Everyone was predicting the death of Team Fortress 2. Only days before this happened, I published a video talking about how the economy was the only thing keeping Team Fortress 2 alive and was the only reason Valve would want to continue supporting the game. And now we were seeing a large part of the economy crash before our eyes. Unusuals, hats that were usually at least $20, if not significantly more, were going down to pennies on the dollar. The whales in the trading economy felt as if all of their investments were worthless, and Valve wasn't responding quickly. I was streaming the entire day, where on the stream we came up with the name Crate Depression for this entire event, and I was live from 7 a.m. to around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Valve finally responded shortly after I went offline. The Team Fortress team, using their Twitter account to communicate with the community for the first time in years, quote, "Trading, unboxing, and marketing for Team Fortress will be down for a bit while we investigate the recent issues with unusual drops. We should have an update in the next few hours." A few hours later, we got a second tweet, quote, "Update on the unusual situation. All unusuals from the bugged crates have been marked as non-tradable for the time being. We are evaluating what steps to take with these items and will have another update for you after the weekend," end quote. After the weekend literally meant a full week later, because the Team Fortress team did not respond until today, Friday, August 2nd. However, in the interim, everybody lost their minds. There were a lot of different people in the community that were essentially reacting like, "Oh my god, we're all gonna die!" However, behind the scenes, it actually wasn't as bad as everybody was claiming it to be. I discussed some things with Gil, the owner of Marketplace.tf and Scrap.tf, where he said that it was only about 12.5% of the total trade volume of that day. A lot of the trading that goes on has nothing to do with unusuals, and instead has to do with keys and crates and metal. Now yes, it had an effect, but as some people were reporting, Valve actually made a significant amount of money due to all of the trading and buying on the community market that went on that day. There are estimations of about $67,000, however, that number has not been confirmed, and that should be taken with a grain of salt. However, it should be noted that there were hundreds of thousands of items bought and sold on the community market in that period of time. Valve did make a decent amount of money. In the evening of August 2nd, 2019, the TF team used the blog to post update on the Crate Depression of 2019. Quote, "On the evening of Thursday, July 25th, a bug was introduced that allowed some older crates to grant an unusual hat on every opening. We fixed the bug the following morning and decided to trade lock the hats from the bugged crates while we evaluated the situation. Over the past week, we have been discussing ways to address the situation with the goal of minimizing the impact on the TF2 community as a whole, while preserving the experience of customers who simply opened a crate, made a trade, or purchased from the market on the 25th, unaware that a bug produced their item. During our investigations, we discovered that a small number of accounts acquired these hats, and a smaller portion of those accounts acquired an exceedingly large number of them. Based on this, we've decided that if you currently own one of these unusual hats, the first one added to your account will be made tradable. Any other unusuals that you have received due to this bug will remain permanently trade locked. If you decide that you would rather not have these trade locked hats on your account, you may elect to have a full refund on any number of them. The number of unusual items being made tradable represents about 1 month of the regular unusual drop rate. A few of you were concerned that you had done something wrong by opening a bugged crate and proceeded to delete your hats. While we appreciate the concern, you didn't do anything wrong. So the hats from bug crates deleted before the tradable date will be restored to your account with the same restrictions described above. Item tradability, restoration, and a refund support page will be made available in about a week's time. Refunds will be the full price paid for any hats, crates, or keys bought on the Steam Community Market or Manco store. We will post an update when the exact date becomes available. We apologize for the inconvenience of this incident, and we've added safeguards to prevent incidents like this in the future. End quote. Okay, personally, I believe this is one of the best things that they could have done given the circumstances. Many people were expecting them to just remove all the hats outright. However, taking into consideration the experience of players that were unaware of the bug in the first place is something most of the community weren't even thinking about. The Team Fortress team is proving in this situation that they have a much larger view on the big picture of their game. This also proves that what remains of the Team Fortress team is still a very strong group of people that understand the importance of their game to the community and understand their role in the community as a whole. Now, there was a subset of people that chose not to participate, thinking that if they behaved during this event, they possibly could end up with something like the Cheater's Lament. And none of that is happening, and we do now have quite a few people being angry that they have just essentially not ended up with an unusual for free, give or take a few dollars. Obviously, people that did not try and unlock some of the crates during this event ended up with nothing, while people that took advantage did end up with one legitimate unusual, an unusual that will likely retain its value due to the fact that each person is only getting one. So my message to those types of people is, sorry, there's nothing really that can be done here. If the Team Fortress team is small, at most there's 15 people working on it, but in terms of core team members, there's only about 3. And I'm sure it was Dave Riller, Eric Smith, and Jill having the discussions to be able to result in this situation. There's not enough people working on the team to result in a cute response to a problem. When we had the Cheater's Lament added into the game, that was in the peak of Team Fortress 2's life. This was before Dota 2. They had a lot of different people working on the game full time. Expecting them to be able to release a cute response when they really only have 3 to 15 people depending on the day, and these same people want to be able to get you a major update as soon as possible, you really shouldn't be expecting things like that. Now, that said, it does suck if you didn't take advantage of this and you look at everybody else essentially benefiting from abusing an exploit in this game when everybody was saying the exploit was going to kill the game. However, given the circumstances, this is honestly the best possible thing they could have done. So if you did expect a Cheater's Lament type item, I'm sorry you didn't get what you wanted. However, the game still exists. There's still a Team Fortress team. They're still working on a major update. And the fact we had a cosmetic case be released in July means that, yeah, there's a major update in development, and it might have something to do with the things these sources were telling me a couple months ago. Just go rewatch that video. So I'd rather have the Team Fortress team be working on these major content updates and then hopefully eventually take a note from the Counter-Strike team and start frequent smaller updates once the big one's out this year, than trying to give you a free item because you behaved during an exploit. The fact that the Team Fortress team took into consideration the people that were unaware of the bug means they care about the whole of the community, not just the most behaved parts. And that is a huge plus to me. If you want to be able to follow up on all of the topics I cover on this channel in real time, check out my Twitter page linked down in the description below. It's at ValveNewsNetWer, no K. If you are confused about anything, if you have any complaints, criticisms, or questions, my email is down in the description below, and my DMs on Twitter are always open. If you want to be able to support these videos, my Patreon page is down in the description below as well, and thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker, this is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios. Speculation. The same person that first approached me with the idea of an update or anything being pushed in the month of July also told me that one of the major updates that the Team Fortress team is currently working on is themed around space. Now, seeing that this leak ended up being legitimate, we now can try and speculate about what a space-themed update for Team Fortress 2 would look like. So, if you're watching this bit of the video, down in the comment section below, I want you to tell me what you would expect from a space-themed update, aside from Robot Destruction Asteroid being finished up. That is an obvious point. I have a feeling that if you're a community member that wants to have a workshop thing added in, start making space-themed stuff. I have a feeling we're going to be getting a space-themed update, but I don't know. It's just speculation. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.